Party. I'm nice. Move it, dick face.
Party of two today, apparently, but we might get some surprises later though. But it's all good. Hey Chris, how you doing?
What up?
Man. Yeah. I figure we do like another gaming stream or something. That might be fun.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of shit in the gaming industry happened this week.
Yeah? What did you see?
Yeah. So, do you remember Naughty Dog, the guys who did like The Last of Us and all that shit? Like after they parted ways with like one of the most talented narrative designers in the world.
Oh yeah, Amy Hennig is a freaking legend.
Yep. Freaking manliness. A gaming stream. No.
Oh shit, man.
I know I brought up Naughty Dog, but no, this is actually a little funnier.
Yeah, that's son of a. Hold on a second.
Not okay.
All right, continue, Chris.
Yeah. So I was reading up on. So Naughty Dog has become notorious for working their employees like basically like field end bombs,
Yeah.
And they've been hemorrhaging talent, and that's a major flaw of the industry is that they have no concept of talent retention.
Yeah.
It's like that they're just like fuck it, we'll work them till they're in the ground, and then we don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, because of that, there's some rumblings going on that their next game, how they've been doing nothing but like remakes after what, like they did the last of the Lesbians Part 2,
yep.
And then they just haven't been making like anything new. Like seriously, like when was the last time you saw like I believe it was a Crash Bandicoot? Didn't they do that and Sly Cooper and all that stuff? Well, apparently their latest game, the one with the bald lesbian there, it's like the something heretic or something.
Oh,
it's it's like some sci-fi game, and they showed like its trailer at like an E3, and people are like, oh boy, another girl boss that's insufferable in space. Yay.
Oh yeah, with that one actress, what the hell is her name?
Yeah, the one that's playing Jade in the Mortal Kombat thing, the new movie.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the other thing. She was on that show. She had short like white buzzed like hair on a movie or a show too.
Yeah.
All right. I know who it is.
Yeah, well, that left a really bad impression with a lot of gamers. They never got the memo that woke doesn't sell.
Yep.
And I think they're starting to get that message because the rumblings are they're having some problems with their studio, and
couldn't happen.
And it sucks.
Studio.
Well, it sucks because like I have some former coworkers that worked on The Last of Us 2. Yeah. And one of them, he's an environmental artist, and shit on the game all you want because I know I have, but the environmental art in that game is second to none. Like it's absolutely gorgeous art.
Yeah.
And it's like, these people, these hard workers who, by the way, they're getting crunched like for years now. So we like I experienced a 9-month crunch for the Defiance game. Mm-hmm. And it was awful. Like it was like wow, I can't believe they actually like this is legal to do this to American employees. Like, I'd show up at work at like 9 o'clock in the morning and I would leave at like, I don't know, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And their consolation was here's pizza. And because our out of touch feminist producers had no concept of how to like I don't know what it was. It was like, are you people human? Because like they'd order a bunch of pizzas and they'd be like, that's like your consolation for being being whooped for 9 months.
Wow.
And
that extra money, here's some pizza.
Yeah, and the pizza that they got us, because again, they're out of touch. This woman like ordered like 2 pepperoni pizzas or like a pepperoni pizza and like a cheese pizza, which that's safe to order. And then like a whole bunch of weird ass pizzas like aubergine pizza or couscous pizza. Yeah. So I learned like early on, like
Get to the lunchroom fast.
yeah, get there as quickly as possible. And they hated me for it.
Otherwise, you might be eating couscous pizza.
Yeah, well, that's what happened the first time. First time, I'm like, I'm really busy. I gotta finish my thing or whatever. And my coworker's like, dude, I can't grab your pizza for you. They frown on that. So you're gonna have to get it yourself. I'm like, well, I'll just get it as soon as I'm done with this. This is more important. And I get there, and I was like a fat kid who like chased after an ice cream truck, only to find out it was a bookmobile. Yeah.
Oh, it was a broccoli truck.
Yeah, it was a salad truck. Like, and like I'm looking through all this shit, and I'm like, this is inedible. Like, so you're bribing us with like shitty pizza, and then on top of that, it's not even like edible. Like who the hell puts couscous on pizza?
I don't know. Right now, it's making pineapple sound delicious.
Yeah, like a pineapple one would be considered normal compared to the shit like aubergine. I'm like, isn't that just eggplant? I'm like, oh yes, but it's artisan pizza, so we call it. I'm like,
eggplant is the most useless vegetable on the planet. It has no nutritional value whatsoever. That it's a nightshade. That's not good for you.
It tastes like shit.
Throwing that out there, yeah, it's disgusting, But well, let me say hi to everybody out there too. We got Captain Outis, because we're live, a gaming roundtable assembled. Hey. Yes, we did assemble. Although mainly got confused earlier. Gaming stream, video games, video games. Oh boy, unbelievable! But, Hello, what's up, man?
Hey, shalom.
Oh shit, shalom, as Erica Kirk says, Shabbat shalom.
Oh God,
whatever. I don't know. Oh my God, I'm gonna try to start steering away from that stuff because it is just all poison.
Yeah, it's soul destroying.
God, yeah. The other stuff I just saw recently too with Argentina.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Let's just say the people with the little hats.
Yeah, set fires and stuff. It's like, wait, what?
Oh my God, yeah. Because Malay is, he's one of them. But unbelievable the shit that's going on right now in the world. But I'm glad the rest of the normal folks are opening up their eyes to it. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about other things. If we want to talk about horrible things that were happening in the world and people doing science experiments on the regular people, we talk Resident Evil. I was listening to some stuff while I was working the other day, and really interesting stuff regarding that franchise. Yeah, when they started developing like more like the remake games and stuff, when they redid the first one, do you remember the Crimson Heads? They're the zombies that get reanimated like after.
Oh yeah, the unkillables. Yeah.
Well, no, you could kill them. But their skin turns all red. Their nails grow extra long. Their teeth get extra sharp, and they run at you. And they swing their arms. Like they could really take you out in a big way. Well, apparently that's the second stage of turning into a liquor.
Oh,
remember the liquors in the second game? Yeah. So they were supposed to be that's like type 2, essentially. Type 3 never made it into the series. They were going to, and they scrapped it. But they might be making an appearance with because they said they're going to be redoing Resident Evil 0. And it looks like Resident Evil 1's going to get like the over-the-shoulder treatment instead of like the camera, the tank controls and the fixed camera stuff. So it sounds like they're doing some really big stuff for the franchise since it's like one of their major anniversaries now. I love to see what's going to happen. I saw some concept artwork. One of them, so I guess the third stage to turning into a liquor would be like the head starts to split open, like the brain starts to grow extra a little bit, kind of coming outward. It was really disturbing, some of the artwork, but it looked cool. I thought it was pretty interesting, some of the stuff that they had in there. And they did have connections throughout. So you remember the Outbreak game where you're playing as like the regular people in Raccoon City?
Oh yeah.
I was like Outbreak File 1 and then File 2. So there were 2 games that they made. I only played the first one, but there's a female reporter in there that she's connected to. Oh, I'll lift up your screen there. She's actually she's connected to one of the 4 either 3 families or 4 families that made up the Umbrella stuff.
The Spencers and
the Ashcrofts. So this reporter chick is connected to that, and her daughter is the one you're going to be playing as in the 9th game. So, and that reporter chick, she's in it too. She's in the beginning of it, and it looks like she meets a very gruesome fate from what they showed at one of like those one of the video game award show things or whatever the hell they were doing. But yeah, it looks pretty badass, and I love what they did. Because that's one of the things that really got me into the franchise was the lore and the creep factor about it, where it's like you're reading up on all these really sick, twisted experiments that were going on in the lab and connected to the mansion and all that. So yeah, again, it's one of those series that I love from like day one when I played the first game, which was like the director's cut. But yeah, there's some really fun things that they put throughout all of that.
Yeah, I like how it's all interconnected and stuff. It rewards you for paying attention.
Oh yeah, and even like when they did the remakes of 2 and 3, there are events that happen in those games that you'll see I guess like what happened beforehand. You'll see like in the beginning, I think, of the 3rd game, and then because 2 and 3 they're going on at the same time. But one kind of takes the lead, and I think it was Resident Evil 3. It's so the events that happen like in the police station that happened before like Leon and Claire end up finding some of the stuff that happened. So like in the 3rd game, you'll see there's like the shower area in the police station that there's a wall that's busted open. Well, Carlos blows that open, and he's in the 3rd game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So when you're playing through there, there's also the part 2, the first time you encounter a licker. You remember that one creepy hallway with the window?
Yeah.
You'll see there's like a cop he's slouched down, and then you turn the corner and there's one that's like hanging from the ceiling.
Yep.
Well, in the 3rd game, you see those 2 cops when they're alive and what had happened to them, and how that first one gets like there's a licker puts his tongue through his chest. Like, and you're seeing as you walk into the hallway like that. So you see the one guy go down, and then the other one gets pulled off screen down that hallway. Like, it's pretty cool stuff how they did it. That's why I really appreciated some of those little details that they did for the remakes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they did pepper in a lot of stuff too. Where it looks like they did have this plan for a while of what they were gonna do. And yeah, and I like that they're doing that with this 9th game, because there's a lot of stuff that's going to change, including the combat. It's not going to be as combat intensive, although I think when you get to Leon's campaign, it will, or his part of the game. But in the beginning, they said it's going to feel more like the original game, and you're going to have more, puzzle solving and how you got to take out the bosses, the big bosses in the game. Like, you got to use your brain. It's not just going to be you unload your clip until they're dead. It's no.
Well, they're sponge.
They're gonna make you think and work for it. So I thought it was pretty awesome.
Well, yeah. So I got my hands on the Chronicles games.
Yeah.
Have you ever played these?
The Chronicle. Those are the ones that were on like the rail system.
Yeah, these are rail shooters, and it like
I never got a chance.
Wow. Yeah, so part what is it? The Dark Side Chronicles is Leon and Claire, and it's basically a retread of Resident Evil 2, but it's done from like a rail shooter perspective. And then the Umbrella Chronicles is like it's weird because it has Krauser in it. Like you start off with Krauser and Leon. And then it goes into Chris and Jill in the mansion.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like a weird, and it's all on rail shooter. It's it kind of reminds me of, what was it? Was it the Outbreak game there? Yeah, the Outbreak one. Where, or no, maybe not Outbreak. Whichever one it was where you actually shot shit up.
I think
can't
there was
remember.
one that was on one of the Nintendo systems.
Yeah, I don't know. I got lost in here.
Yeah, because if it wasn't a main title, I wasn't really that invested in the other bits of it. Although Outbreak, I liked that the first one, but I never got a chance to get the second one. Work got in the way, and then I had zero time. So it's one of the ones that just kind of, it disappeared by the time I made some free time.
Yeah, I don't know. I just keep finding new new Resident Evil games, because I was like, I thought this was like a bootleg. I was so somebody made a Game Boy Color game called Resident Evil Gaiden. And I'm like, is that just like a ROM hack? And it's like, no, that's a legit game.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It was Resident Evils and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the ending part to that World War II. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that too. In the fifth game, in the beginning, when you're walking around the village before you get all your gear, when you're Shiva and Chris, if you follow off to the side, you'll see two of the villagers grab another one, and they drag him somewhere. And if you turn another corner, you can see that they're giving him the Las Plagas, like they're forcing it down his throat.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and that's before you even any action happens. So I'm sure, Manly, you got a joke coming up on that one, don't you?
Joe Biden agreed. No, this is Kevin Spacey. Gave him the AIDS Las Plagas.
Holy crap. And apparently Wesker was supposed to be a bigger villain in the Resident Evil 0 game.
Oh.
They cut a lot of it out because it started pivoting into something else, and they were going to make it like 0 was going to end up continuing past the first game, and they were actually going to kill off Rebecca.
Oh, no, not Rebecca.
Yeah, they were going to kill her off, and then you were going to be forced just to play as this Billy guy, that escaped military.
Oh, the Cohen. Guy. Yeah.
Which he was still a pretty cool character, but
yeah,
they ended up scrapping it because they said it was going to be too confusing for a lot of people getting into it.
Well, didn't Wesker have like a fucking hard on for Rebecca? Like he had that. Remember the Easter egg when you went to the Wesker desk and you pulled out that picture of Rebecca in the basketball outfit?
Yeah, you'd have to click like 100 times or something. They said,
yeah,
it was a crazy number. Like you're rummaging through his shit, and then you finally find this photo of in a basketball outfit.
Yeah, she was freaking hot, but it was like
they made it an
weird
alternate skin in 0.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
you get to play in a skimpy little green. It was like the Boston Celtics.
green and white, which is funny. But they said it also could have been just one of his photos because he had like a team that was set up or whatever. Because when they put him in, so he was an operative from day one. He was, and if anyone played the 0 game, there was a school where they were picking these super geniuses, and him and William Birkin were classmates. And when you stumble upon that, because after the train incident, you get to this school that was also in those mountains in that area, because from there you end up, she finds her way to the mansion. But it's like an abandoned school essentially that they had a lot of their weird science experiments and shit. And that's where William Birkin with Wesker developed the Hunters. They came up with them. And
damn.
Yeah, that's because that's what I like too. If you remember the very first game, Wesker was he was a scientist. He wasn't just, this evil guy who ends up getting these powers and shit from injecting himself with the virus and all that. No, he was like a super genius who was part of the whole program, kind of like groomed by certain 3-letter agencies.
Yeah.
That's why I really like the character, because he was really well developed. I had one of the books too for 0. And it has a lot of those backstories. It's like the Wesker files, and it gives you even more information about some of that, including the other zombies and shit that he was, and other monsters that he was involved in creating. The most disturbing one, if you ask me, You remember the Chimera ones at the end of the first game in the lab, the spider monkey ones?
Oh yeah,
They crawl out of the vents and hop on your back and like hook you and
yeah,
all that shit.
yeah.
Dude, do you know how disturbing the story actually was? And you really got to let this sink in.
Oh,
They would lure homeless women to the mansion, and then they would drug them, bring them underground to the lab, and then they would put these embryos inside of them. So those spider monkey things were growing inside of these women.
oh, it's like chest bursters.
Yeah, so
Ugh.
that is some really twisted shit right there.
Yeah.
And not to mention, you've played through and cleared the remake game, right?
No, where is it? This one right here?
Yeah, that one. That one
No,
actually, where Chris looks, dude, I looked exactly like him. I had that same haircut when I was in my 20s. Yeah, so it's crazy. But in that one, they added a whole new element. This creature named Lisa,
Mhm.
and she is actually the daughter of the guy who built the mansion, the architect. Now,
Oh shit.
the architect, he was supposed to have a bigger story in the very original game, the very first game. That's why they put this whole new section in when they did this remake, and they added on to it. And it is really disturbing everything that they put this guy through, because they were torturing him. They kidnapped his kid, his wife, and then they were doing these experiments. So Lisa is his daughter, and she escaped from the lab, but they had already put in, I think, like 2 or 3 different viruses in her. So she has the T virus, the G virus, and something else in her. Because when you encounter her, she's like invincible. Yeah.
Well,
oh, go ahead.
oh, got it. Yeah, I'm trying to remember it because I saw some weird shit in the those shoot 'em up game ones.
Oh,
where,
I think they added her in there.
Yeah, it was like a little girl, and you're like chasing her through the mansion, and Claire's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you running from me? And I was like, I was like, ah!
Oh, she was more like a grown woman, but she was like a hunchback, and like her limbs look kind of long. But what's really screwed up with her, when her mother died, she took her face and sewed it onto her back. Like,
yeah,
it was some sick shit in there.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. She was like, she's all dressed in rags and shit, like, or whatever.
She had on like a white medical
Yeah.
garment or something, and it's all dirty and shit, so it's like brown. But she lives like in a cabin. Like, they added a whole new cabin area to the game, which is pretty cool. So you like when you go up those stairs, I believe that's right. When you go up the stairs from the main hallway, it leads to the outside section, and from there, I think there's one way, I think, to get to where she was, where the cabin was, and then there's another one where there's like the like the little museum part they have. There's like a hallway that has paintings and stuff where the crows attack you. So instead of going into that room, you go down the other way, and it starts to lead outside. And then now you have 2 paths. One would go to like the greenhouse area where the plant is and all that shit. And the other path leads to this little cabin. So when you're going towards there's like a cemetery that you go by, and there's some puzzles, and there's like a hidden item that you could get if you put it into one of the tombstones. And that's part of why you're doing like the puzzles in the house, because it unlocks this shit and the other things you could find. But like I told you, man, they did some good stuff. But when you finally find this cabin, you hear like the moans in the screen, like the kind of, it is very like Evil Dead like. And when you get in there, there's a fire that's going, and as you're inside, she walks past the window, and then she enters inside, and like you got to either slip past her or give her like you got to unload with whatever you got and then run out, because she will kill you. Yeah, she's a character you can't defeat in the regular gameplay.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, because she's got like two super viruses in her. Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, well, at least it's not Nadine.
Oh shit.
Unbeatable, like strong black woman magic. I was like, God damn.
Oh god, yeah. But yeah, it's pretty messed up, and yeah, and kind of how they ended her story was a little interesting too. But there's two different paths with that too, depending on who you're playing. Because like Barry shows up when you encounter her. I think like the second time.
Nice.
If you're playing as Jill, and then if you're playing as Chris, Wesker pops up during that encounter. But it depends what you do. And yeah, in the original game too, the Lickers were so. I'm sorry, not the Lickers. The Hunters. They had like the one shot kill where they decapitate you.
Mm-hmm.
And they said they took it out of the main game, and when they put it into director's cut, they added it back in, and then in the remake, it's also in there too.
Yeah, I have yet like I don't know where I can get my hands on a copy of the OG Resident Evil,
Right.
Because I've only ever played the director's cut, and that's all I've ever found. Like I got the 2-disc set for the PS1, and then later on I got the the digital stuff, but like. I never was able to find like the OG version. Mm-hmm. And I've had some people tell me, oh, it doesn't matter. Like you can still play the OG version in the director's cut. But like,
yeah, you could.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah. It makes me wonder. Cause like, I never chose anything fancy in there. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I've ever like played through like the I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't aware that there was a non-director's cut option.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I just put the disc in and I played as Jill, and then I put the other disc in and played as Chris. Like,
nice.
I didn't know there was a, was like there's like an arranged version or whatever, and I was like, I don't recall ever choosing that, but I definitely played it.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, it's been like 25 years since I played the original.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was a massive fan of the remake because of everything that they put in there, and they gave you more story, they gave you more. I mean, and you find like the kind of like those scribblings and the diaries and stuff of the people who worked in the mansion and in the lab, and it really fleshes out the story even further, including the architect of the mansion, and that's what I mean because it's a kind of a big part what they did with that Lisa character. But yeah, no, manliness. It's not a little girl anymore though. Like I guess she's been haunting the grounds for years. So I guess she'd be like in her early 20s or something. But
she's like that aunt from that movie last night.
Walked
by the window.
Kinda, yeah. Because like she has shackles on her hands, and she has like the broken chains hanging off of her ankles. So like when she's walking around, you'll hear the chains almost like what was it? Fucking from Scrooged. The Bob character. What the fuck was his name?
Yeah, the manacles. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's cursed to have the chains on him all the time, carrying them. It's kind of like what she is. So yeah, it was dark what they did, and then I think you eventually find his tombstone. Like he lost his mind creating all those puzzles and shit and mazes inside the mansion. And he got trapped in one of his own. So there's a part where like one of the encounters you have with the snake where it goes to the floor, and if you go down the hole it busted into, you'll find like there's like a tiny little like corridor kind of thing. It's super dark, and you'll see his tombstone. He left like one last message or something, and there's like a switch behind his tombstone, and it leads down into the into the lab.
Oh shit!
But yeah, that's one of the places, and yeah, it's pretty cool what they did, So I'm happy they fleshed that out more because again, there's more stuff that was gonna happen, and same thing too with like Outbreak and like the rail shooters. They added more story that connects the overall games together. So, yeah, really fun stuff. I thought anyway.
Yeah. Man. A hell of a series to play through.
Yeah. The second one, they took it out. There was supposed to be kid zombies and a whole section.
Oh yeah, the classroom.
Yeah. And so in the remake, they gave like the orphanage. They put an orphanage in there, and there was supposed to be a really, really disturbing monster in that section, and they took it out. Which is kind of wild that they did because, they said it was going to be... I think that's when they were going to put the third stage of the liquor, but then they mutated even further with something else. And yeah, this thing had like pieces like hanging off of it, and yeah, it was pretty gnarly. They said the director of the game, like he only talked about it during like one gaming show somewhere. Epstein zombies. It doesn't exist. It's not real. It can't hurt you.
And suddenly our stream gets cut short. Like
MTG, shut your mouth. You're gonna hurt my friends.
Yeah, that's literally what he said.
Allegedly, definitely.
Yeah.
Holy
God.
shit. Yeah, it's crazy stuff, man. But you know, it's cool though to see some of the stuff that's like what went into these games and the thought process and all the other cool shit. But I remember because you remember Game Shark?
Oh yeah.
So I had that at one point, and for the second game, there was actually, because it was still in the system, you know, because they removed that whole section. Well, there was they called it the broken shotgun because it was overpowered broken, not that it was, you know, like in Resident Evil 1, you use the broken shotgun to get the regular shotgun and, you know, trigger the trap and all that. No. It was an actual, like, old school, heavy duty shotgun where it was so powerful, it would split the zombies' torsos in half. It was the most fun. Yeah. But
yeah, I remember that.
We lost that one, and if you just got the regular game by itself. But with Game Shark, people were able to get it out of it. There was a code for it, and you could use it throughout the game. It was like a Magnum, but in a shotgun form. So good.
They what is it? There was Code Veronica X. Because Code Veronica X was I want to say it was the port over PlayStation 2. Well, yeah, it was like so the original was just Code Veronica, and I think that came out for the Dreamcast. And then when the PS2, you know, when the Dreamcast died, basically, and all the games that were for the Dreamcast went over to the PS2, they make like advanced versions or like DX versions or whatever. So Code Veronica X, but somebody like ROM hacked it where you can get like Code Veronica X on the Dreamcast as well. And when they were putzing around inside there, they found that there was like a Game Shark-esque code to give I think it was they gave Jill, no, I'm sorry, not Jill, Claire, a rocket launcher.
Nice.
Like right off the bat, like you're in the prison cell or whatever, and you get released, and all of a sudden it's like you found a rocket launcher.
That's great. I think it's one of the first games where they put the mercenary modes in. I think it was Code Veronica. So, yeah. And that was a great addition because whatever you unlock in there, like they give you like the extra weapons you can play in the main which I freaking love. And to this day, they still do stuff like that.
Well, it's just the absolute mayhem when you're like, I'm running for my life, and all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, I've got a rocket launch.
Oh yeah. Well, it's the same deal. If like if you clear, I think the remake game in like under 3 hours or something, you could get like a special rocket launcher as well. The thing is, when you do play through in that, because after you unlock all that shit, you will also unlock what was his name? The guy who got pecked alive, or pecked to death by the crows.
Up on the balcony.
Forrester. So he's the guy. He's got like the sleeveless. He's got like the vest, but his arms are all exposed. He has strapped his entire chest with grenades. So if you shoot him, your game is done. Yeah, he explodes and you die with him, and that's the end. And they put him throughout the mansion. He chases you at multiple points in the game. So yeah, when you unlock that feature, and then there's one that's even more fucked up where they're invisible. So they made the enemies invisible, and you just like hear him. I think the shadow still pops up on the wall, but yeah, and you just hear him coming at you.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's great. He runs at you like the Crimson Heads.
Well, I remember. I think the remake fleshed it out more in the first remake, but in the original like director's cut or whatever, you never really know who was being eaten when you first see the first zombie. Remember you enter the corridor and then you kind of move down and then it shows that cutscene where like the zombie's eating somebody and he turns and looks over his shoulder at you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have no idea like what that was. It's just okay. Yeah, he was eating somebody that was here. Well, in the remake, you find out the dude that's getting eaten was one of the Bravo team members or whatever. Yep. And it was like, oh shit. So like half the dead bodies you see in there are doctors from the lab, and then the other half are the former Stars guys that all got killed before you.
Yeah, the Bravo team, because Wesker was given his orders to send them in there so he could get the information for the bow, to see what kind of damage and if they could survive for a certain amount of time. But yeah, they were all supposed to be killed, and then all that tech or the information that they get from how they died or if they survived up to a certain point or whatever, it's about all that data is being collected by them so they could make their bioweapons even stronger. But that guy who's getting eaten in the remake, if you go back to that body and you go through it, I think you could pick up ammo, but you also pick up a tape. And then later, when you get to the lab, you could play it. And you could see from his vantage point of what the hell happened. And I believe it even takes you from outside when they first land in the helicopter, how they run into the mansion, and then, and his untimely death. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like he's got like a body cam that you could basically, you get the footage and you could watch it.
Yeah, I thought that was cool because it never really put two and two together because they don't really spell it out for you. I mean, obviously Forrester, there's an audible where it's like, oh, that's Forrester or whatever.
Yeah.
But the guy that you first encounter there that's getting chewed on, they never say who that is until the remake where it's like, oh shit, that's like, and then they start kind of fleshing out more that that whole team was doomed.
Yeah, which was great. And you remember was it Enrique or Enrico? I think it was Enrico.
Oh yeah.
The guy you meet in like the sewer area, like he just got attacked by a hunter or something, and then he's about to tell you who the traitor is, and he gets shot.
Yep.
And you hear like it was like Roger Rabbit. And you hear the footsteps like as he's leaving. But yeah, we know it's Wesker. And they said you could hear his gun has a distinct sound. So
oh shit!
Even if you played it the first time, in the beginning when he's shooting the Doberman Pinschers, zombified ones, it's the same sounding gun when Enrico gets killed. But Enrico is actually supposed to be a character that had a little more involvement in the story. He was supposed to help you in that section.
Shit!
And they ended up cutting it shorter, which is interesting. And even in the remake, they were toying with the idea of giving them like a combat system, and they ended up they took it out because they feel like people would be using the melee too much. And it might make it easier, so they took the melee out of the game. But yeah, she was doing like high kicks and defensive moves and shit like that.
Oh damn!
Yeah, it's interesting though.
Yeah,
but dude, Godzilla, yeah, man, dude, I love that. Yeah, the Game Plus, and they added all those extra weapons and stuff.
Yeah, Chicago typewriter.
oh my god, yeah, that is just so much fun. So much fun.
Man.
I did unlock in one of the because what did they port it over the fourth game like on like 5 or 6 times or something. One of the versions that they had like some kind of laser that kills Las Plagas or the the virus that's inside those things.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a colossal pain in the ass to use it because if you don't hit like the kind of that mutant looking thing inside the body, it'll just like zap through them and they'll still come at you. So like you got to be like precise of like it's either going to be in the head, in the heart, or stuff like that.
Damn, yeah. Man. I don't know. I've been working on this pretty much when I'm not unconscious.
Dude, it looks great.
Well, I was able to get like commercials for like like you can see the original OG commercial there for the 7800.
Mm-hmm.
That doomed Atari. Like that thing came out in 86. The Nintendo and the Sega Master System were already out at that time. Wow. It's like this thing had a snowball's chance in hell of competing against that.
Shit.
And that peripheral was a piece of shit. But yeah, I don't know. I was going through some of my I added Mugen and I'm still working on adding in the open bore stuff. That remember we were doing the open bore stuff last time because we
Oh
were
yeah,
looking
yeah,
at
yeah.
that ROM hack of the was it Marvel the was it the Gauntlet or the Infinity Gauntlet War or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm still working through that, but yeah. I also found the arcade versions of Mario Kart. So
Oh, dude,
it's
that's cool.
yeah. So this was when I was in Japan. I got to play Mario Kart GP DX,
Mm-hmm. Oh wait,
and
should we jump off of YouTube?
yeah, probably.
Yeah, it just fucking hit me. Folks, I'm gonna grab the link for Rumble. And yeah, let's play something, dude. Yeah, let's
Mm-mm.
here we go. Let me throw it out there. Yeah, here's the Rumble link. So yeah, folks, jump over there because I think if we stay here any longer, it's not going to be good. So yeah, let me close out YouTube now.